There's this silent process that can be happening inside us for years, and it can lead to a sudden, absolutely life-altering event. Today, we're going to demystify the myocardial infarction, or as you probably know it, a heart attack. We're going to really dig in and uncover what's actually happening inside our bodies.
To really get a sense of the scale here, just think about this. Every 40 seconds, somewhere on the planet, someone has a heart attack. That's not just a statistic, right? It's like a constant ticking clock, and it really makes you wonder.
So what is actually going on here? What is the root cause that's blocking the life-giving blood supply to our own heart? That's the big question, the mystery we're really going to unpack today.
Okay, so to solve that mystery, we kind of have to go inside the event itself. So let's do that. Let's totally demystify what's happening second by second during a heart attack.
The official medical term is myocardial infarction, and it's pretty literal when you break it down. It's what happens when a part of your heart muscle is suddenly cut off from the blood it desperately needs to function. And without that blood, it's literally being starved of oxygen and all those crucial nutrients.
So it's a simple but brutal chain reaction. It all starts with that blockage. That blockage immediately cuts off the oxygen supply. And without oxygen, even for a short time, the heart cells start getting damaged. And if that blockage isn't cleared fast, they begin to die.
And that brings us right back to our central question. What is causing that initial blockage in the first place? Well, the truth is, it's rarely one single bad guy. It's usually a whole collection of hidden triggers. So let's get into it and uncover the 7 key causes.
So this is going to be our roadmap for the next few minutes. We're going to cover everything from what's happening inside our arteries to how our stress levels can impact our heart. So let's kick things off with the most common cause of them all.
All right, first up is atherosclerosis, and this is really the main villain in our story. Picture your arteries as these smooth, open highways. Well, over time, stuff like cholesterol and fats, what docs call plaque, can start building up along the walls, kind of like debris narrowing the lanes. But the real catastrophe happens when one of these plaques suddenly cracks open. Your body, trying to help, rushes to form a blood clot to patch it up. But tragically, that patch can end up being the final roadblock, completely sealing off the highway.
Next on our list is hypertension. Yep, high blood pressure. I want you to imagine a constant, relentless force just hammering against the inside of your artery walls, day in and day out. This pressure slowly damages that delicate lining, which makes those arteries the perfect breeding ground for the dangerous plaque we just talked about.
Smoking. Well, this one's like a direct chemical assault on your heart's supply lines. The nicotine and carbon monoxide, they aren't just passive threats. No, they actively go in and damage the artery walls, making them rough and sticky, a perfect surface for plaque to just latch onto. And as if that's not bad enough, they also make your blood itself more prone to forming those dangerous clots.
Now let's talk about diabetes. When your blood sugar levels are consistently high, it's almost like you're soaking your arteries in a solution that makes them stiff and brittle. They lose their natural flexibility, they get narrower, and all of that just sets the perfect stage for a blockage.
And the impact here is just staggering. For people with diabetes, the risk isn't just a little bit higher, we're talking 2 to 4 times greater than for someone without it. That is a huge multiplier.
Okay, because cause number 5 is a real 1-2 punch. Obesity and a sedentary lifestyle. And look, this isn't just about weight on a scale. Excess body fat, particularly around your middle, is metabolically active. It's like a little factory for problems. It churns out a powerful trio of risks. It can lead to insulin resistance, it jacks up your bad cholesterol, and it cranks up your blood pressure.
Now, sometimes the risk is something we inherit. Our genetics can, for sure, play a huge role in predisposing us to heart disease. And, while it's the one thing we can't really change, just knowing about it is so important because it gives us the power to manage the risks we can control.
I mean, think about it like this. If one of your close relatives, a parent or a sibling, developed heart disease when they were young, your personal risk just automatically doubles. That's a really powerful genetic warning sign to be extra, extra vigilant.
And our final cause is a sneaky one, long-term stress. You see, constant anxiety just floods your body with hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. Now, in a pinch, they're helpful, but over months and years, these elevated hormone levels can raise your blood pressure and literally thicken your blood, making clots way more likely. It is a direct physical link from our minds to our hearts.
Okay, I know listing all of those causes can feel pretty overwhelming, but this right here is the most important part of our whole conversation, taking back control. Because understanding all these risks, that's the very first step toward prevention, which is, without a doubt, your greatest power.
You know, there's this big misconception that a heart attack is like a lightning strike, just this sudden, random accident that you could never see coming. But the reality? It's so different. It is almost never random. It's the predictable climax of years, sometimes decades, of slow, cumulative damage from all those risk factors we just talked about.
And that brings us to what I think is the most empowering takeaway of all. Yeah, genetics are out of our hands, but almost every other single risk factor is something we can influence. The path to a healthier heart isn't some big, complicated secret. It is built on simple, powerful choices that are very much within your control.
And here it is. This is the blueprint. Your prevention plan really boils down to these 4 powerful actions. Number 1, live a healthy lifestyle, focusing on real, whole foods. 2, know and control your key numbers, your cholesterol, blood pressure, and blood sugar. 3, if you smoke, quitting is the single most powerful thing you can possibly do. And finally, number 4, stay physically active to keep your whole cardiovascular system strong.
Look, understanding all this is the first step, but it's action that really protects your future. So as you think about your own life and the things we've talked about, what's one small, totally manageable change you can make starting today?